Hello and a very good evening to all my friends. Today we're going to discuss about aspect to consider when shopping.
Mhm.
So before we jump into that, I Nor Aiman Ben Yusri, the 2024 1111 41110.
And my name is Muhammad Ifan Iqbal bin Zainuddin. My number entry is D2024114109.
My name is Muhammad Zaki bin Muhammad Azizan. Number matrix D2024-111-4106.
And my name is Rosetta Rinal. My number metric is B2024111059.
My name is Florencia Alvin Jocelyn. My Novometric is 2024 111 2789.
And lastly, my name is Calvina Fiona Claudius Cayo, D202411128816.
Okay, enough about introduction. Let's jump into the main ideas. For me, the first thing I always consider in the first thing I always consider before going shopping is the item itself. Whether it's a want or a need. Like last month, I saw this limited edition hoodie from Hype Store. It's really pretty and colorful, so I really wanted it. But I think wisely before I buy it. I think carefully because in my wardrobe is there is so many hoodie. So I think it's a waste of money. But when I need new shoes because my old one were torn, I think that's a need. So I buy it. That was a really need. So I think reminding ourselves what's necessary can help us avoid unnecessary spending. How about you, Iqbal?
Yes, Aiman, that I totally agree with your statement and your opinion. Once we know what we actually need, so the next thing is about comparing price. So even if it's a need, I will think I will comparing price first and not buy the item straight away.
Mhm.
So I will make a comparing price first at another store or another website. So like last week, I already bought a new power bank. So before I buy the power bank, I make some survey at another store and another website. So at the first store, it just was selling for 89 ringgit. So I make the decision to buy at the online shopping because at the online shopping, it just was at the 69 ringgit. So I already saved my budget around 20 ringgit, and I think they are the best way to help me to save my budget. So, what do you think, Zaki?
What a good point, Iqbal. We are on the same page. I would like to add my opinion too. In my humble opinion, I think budgeting comes before anything else. If you don't know how much you can spend, you might overspend over if you might overspend even on something you don't really need. For instance, let me give you a situation like one day I walked into a bookstore with no budgeting plan. Then come out with 120 poorer. I lost 120 ringgit on something that I don't really need. What a painful lesson from that. So now I always decide my spending limit first before making a purchase. How about you? How about you, Ros? Did you agree with me? And can you share your thoughts?
I get what you mean, Zaki. Budgeting is super important, but for me, what's really help is having a shopping list. Even if I set a budget, So I sometimes forget what I'm actually supposed to buy. There's one time I went to the shop just to get a charger. Without a list, I ended up buying a snack, a notebook, and even a cap I didn't need. So I spent more than I planned. The funny thing is, I almost forget the charger. So now I always list things down before I go to shop, even for a small thing.
Mhm.
It helps me to stay focused and avoid impulsive buying. And honestly, when I stick to the list, I feel more in control to when I go to shop. So that's for my opinion to the aspect I need to know before I go to shop. Right, Flan?
Yeah, Ross, I agree what you told. Um, so, for me, but even when we follow the list and the budget, there's one more thing, knowing the product. Well, I once bought a cheap Bluetooth speaker online. Uh, it looked great in the pictures, and the price was reasonable. But the quality was terrible, and it broke after 2 weeks. That's when I learned the value reading review, checking ratings, and research the brand. So now I always take time to understand what what I'm buying, and whether it's electronics, clothes, or even food. The goal isn't just to save money, but to spend wisely on what some things that last and work well. That's all for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you also, Claire, because that's also happened to me. Actually, I think all the points we have mentioned before is connected. It's like a steps where first you have to figure out whether it's a need, and then you're gonna set your budget, make a list, compare prices like Iqbal said, and understand the product. But maybe we should discuss now for which one do we all think is the most important overall.
Mm.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
I I do agree with you guys' ideas or point, but I still standing with my point, and I still feel what once and this is need is the foundation. If we get that wrong, we'll spend money on things we don't need, no matter how good the price is.
Yes, that's true, Aiman. So, but even if it's a need, so I don't want to be overpay and overspending at the some item. So for me, the best way is the comparing price because it can help us to make a smarter choice to buy some item.
Mm. After listening to all your opinions, yes, I do agree with you guys. We are on the same page. From my perspective, I believe budgeting sets the boundary to us from overspend. Without a clear budget, we will still overspending, right? So what do you guys think?
I get that, but the list help me stay on track during shopping. So I guess the list support the budget, just like Zaki said.
Um, yeah, for me. But if the product itself is poor quality, all that planning goes to waste, right? So I'm sticking with understanding the product first. That's fine.
I guess it fair points from everyone. But if I had to choose, I will agree with Ayman for what's and needs because knowing the difference between needs and wants comes first, actually. It's influence everything else. Right, Zaki?
Okay, yeah. I can agree with that too. That from that point from you, Calvina. Once you said, once you know what you want to buy, what you should buy, it be easier to budget, plan, and research about the item before add the item to the cart. We will go with Iman points.
Yeah, that's a make sense. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Sorry. I can find my mic. So we all agree, right? The most important aspect to consider before buying is to understanding our needs versus wants. Once that's clear, the rest become easier.
Yeah,
Are we all agree?
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah,
go with
agree
Yeah.
with that point.
Thank you guys joining me to discuss about this topic, and thank you for all cooperation. That's all from me and from us. Yeah. Thank you.
thank you.